Hey guys, how are you? I got an interesting PM today from the username MikeCFC1993. So thank you to you, Mike. I'm guessing that's your name for the question. I don't usually respond to questions via video, but I figured I might as well start because I'm just looking to get more videos out before I go back to college, and just more videos in general because I'm obsessed with YouTube. And plus, I'm getting a little bit of inspiration from the Blue Hour because he does a lot of videos like this. So thank you to you too, Eugene. Alright, so the question was, David, do you know of any books about Apple that you would recommend, or anything about the Mac in general? Something like that. So, actually, yes, I do. I have quite a few books right here that I'm going to share with you guys. Little disclaimer real quick, I have not finished one of these books. It's not because they're not interesting. It's because, honestly, I have self-proclaimed ADD. Seriously. I just get distracted way too easily, and as much as as much as I would love to finish these books, I just can't. I just get distracted really easily with all my hobbies and whatever. So anyway, I'm going to go through all these from small to big, size-wise, not of importance. So let's get started right away because I don't want to make this video too long. First up, we have this, as I hit myself in the nose. It's called Insanely Great. The little tagline, motto, whatever you want to call it, is "The Life and Times of Macintosh, the Computer That Changed Everything." With a new afterword, it says. So, I read a little bit of this, but basically it's what it sounds like. It's the story of the life of the Macintosh, how it came to be, and yeah. I don't really know how good it is because I literally read just a little bit of it. But just to warn you, it's not that recent. It's a fairly old book because, as you can see on the cover, it has an iMac G3, and I think that's as far as it goes. Because I know I skipped to the end one day just to see what they talk about towards the end. iMacs, yeah, and iBooks. So yeah, this computer's not that recent, but it's better than nothing. Next up, I actually just got this for Christmas. It's called Options. Very unique title right there. Very creative. The Secret Life of Steve Jobs, and as you can see, it's very reflective. See my cinema display right there. Oh, and it's a parody by fake Steve Jobs. So I guess this is the story of Steve Jobs written by him, because it's the fake Steve Jobs. It sounds pretty interesting. I have not read one word of it, so I don't know how good it is. Like I just said, I just got it for Christmas, but it looks really interesting just from the cover and the back right here. And yes, I will be posting links. Oh, sorry, as I hit the desk. Links to all these books to Amazon or whatever site I find on them to my right. That way. Sorry, the eyesight's tilted, so yeah. Okay. In the video description, basically. Okay. This isn't about Steve Jobs, but this is about Apple. It's called iWoz. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. You're gonna kill me. I've yet to read this either, but I hear it's a really popular book. And it's actually written by Steve Wozniak, which is really cool. That's a rare thing you find these days. It's actually written by one of the co-founders of Apple. So, great book, I hear. I will definitely partially read it one day. I say partially because, like I was saying before. Alright, this one. This is the most I've read of it. No, never mind. Okay. That's a different book. This is another very popular one. It's called Icon, Steve Jobs. The Greatest Second Act in the History of Business. So, it's by Jeffrey S. Young and William L. Simon. I don't know who they are, but I think they're doing a good job. It says up here, an unauthorized and unflinching portrait of the phenomenon behind Apple. I read maybe 1/4 of this, and so far, I think it's really neat. You find out some things about Apple and Steve Jobs that you never thought were possible or whatever. You find out about where he comes from and how he starts Apple and stuff like that. So yeah, I highly recommend that one. This book's fairly old, as you can tell from the picture. The Second Coming of Steve Jobs by Alan Duchachin. I'm just kidding, I don't know how to say that. It's like Douchman, maybe. But yeah, I used to read this in college when I was bored in class, or in the library or whatever. And from what I saw, it was pretty interesting. It's kind of like Icon, but older. So, Icon, then Second Life of Steve Jobs. The Second Coming of Steve Jobs. So, pretty interesting. Alright, this one I got a while ago. I think I got this last Christmas. This was really interesting, and it's really nice quality. I mean, it's full color. Let me put it on the camera. Well, that's not a good example. Here's a photo. I don't know who that is. Hold on, let me find a good photo real quick. Basically, first of all, it's called Revolution in the Valley. Andy Hertzfeld, co-creator of the Mac. That's right. There was a third guy of Apple that he wasn't really part of Apple for that long, I believe, but his name was Andy. I think. Don't quote me on this. I'm just going by the movie Pirates of Silicon Valley. Oh, here's a cool picture. It's black and white, but there's Wozniak holding an Apple computer. Beautiful pages, beautiful layout. I highly recommend this. I mean, I haven't actually read any of it, but I can just recommend it by the title. And it says, the insanely great story of how the Mac was made. So, it sounds interesting to me. And I obviously have it for a reason, because I asked for it a while ago, I guess, for Christmas. But yeah, Revolution in the Valley. I will post a link to it. Okay, this is the big book. This is the last one. This is the most I've ever read an Apple book. I read most of it in Seaside Heights the week we were on vacation there. And it's called The Cult of Mac. That's a great cover. I could definitely see myself with that haircut. Not really, but maybe a tattoo one day. I don't know. Let me just read a quote on the back real quick. This is a great quote. This kind of defines why the Mac community is more of a cult than just a Mac user. Like, why we worship it so much. Okay, this is actually said by Steve Wozniak. The Macintosh is more than a computer. It's a way of life. This book is about what it is to be a Macintosh person. It gives insight into the greatest love and loyalties of any product of our era. Steve Wozniak, Apple co-founder. So, like I said, this is the most I've ever read a Mac book and Apple book. This book covers everything. This book covers everything about what it's like to be a Mac user, why we are so obsessed with Apple, and no offense to the Windows users, but, well, the Windows users / haters, I should say. Sometimes they say, but it's just a computer. But that's the thing. The Macintosh is not just a computer. It's more of a user experience, to me anyway. Which is why we always say we have to convert you. But, yeah. Basically, it's the book that shows you the reason why we're so obsessed and we're not pathetic, as some people would say. But I really don't care what the haters have to say lately. Especially lately. There's a lot of haters out there, as of recently. But yeah, this is a great book. It's in full color. It talks about the old Apple ads, even the stoned girl. What was her name again? Come on, find her name. Oh, here we go. Ellen Feiss, I guess you say her name. She was in the old Switch ads of Apple's Mac Switch campaign with the 30 seconds ads. Alright, guys. Sorry, I can't talk. I'm trying to get through this in under 10 minutes. So there you have it. Cult of Mac. Out of all those books, I highly recommend The Cult of Mac the most. Great book. That should mean a lot coming from me because I don't usually read books, but this is the most I've read of a book, an Apple book that is, for like the third time I've said that. And I highly recommend it. It's a great insight of what it's like to be a Mac user. And if you still don't understand what it's like to be a Mac user, that's fine. I mean, obviously the average person isn't obsessed with computers like I am, along with a lot of other people on YouTube. But it is cool how we have like the whole Apple circle of people. Like I have a few people in mind right now that love the Mac, like, Ada Blasi, the Blue Hour, Emeek77, come on, David Think. Sorry if I'm missing your name, but trust me, I have a bunch of people on my list that love it. There's a lot of people, just from the name you can tell. Macintosh Genius, a Macintosh Geek, I think there is. But yeah, it's a lot of people. Alright guys, oh, and also John for Lakers is a cool Mac user. He has a lot of good unboxing videos. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Wow, this video is actually going to be less than 10 minutes for once. Sweet. Hell is freezing over. Alright. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.